Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes,
What is
that's
this
French
for?
they're
Like
speaking.
in
You
the
know,
middle
these
of it?
children aren't
Yeah, in the middle, we're
dumb,
just
no.
gonna put it in there like, hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget.
We're not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah,
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars. That's
Yeah.
all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there
7,
any?
go.
Yeah,
And
if
understanding the new language
you're
from the
listening
Just
very
cut what
now,
I
beginning
said
through
and
this
put it
unique
on there. Who
method.
cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.
I had an internship when I was at OSU, or an internship interview, and it was basically some guy was like just trying to get some people to do cold calls for him. And I'll never forget, like, the CEO of this small company, like maybe 50 people, came in to my interview as an intern. And it was just like asking me, like, no, he was just like kind of bragging about his own work ethic. He's like, I don't get it. Like, you know, some people are here leaving before me, the boss. I'm like, why would they leave before the boss? Like,
Oh,
that's
God.
I'm like, why are you? First of all, like, that's a terrible motto. Like, nobody's gonna work harder than you. You're the
That's
most
the
invested in
opposite
this.
of
Yeah,
what you should think as a business owner. It's like no
Yeah,
one
that-
else
that's
is going to
completely
care other
unsustainable.
than yourself.
Like, but then to also tell that to a junior in college who's just like just trying to get some internship. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, I just need this on my resume. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Your job before was wings over delivery driver. I would never interview like that.
How would you interview for the Pick Freaks podcast if we were trying to hire somebody?
How would I interview them?
Let's say we were so successful that we just needed an intern, and you just needed to do like a 30-minute interview just to like.
What if they
validate-
asked you, it's like, you guys got followers on TikTok yesterday? I didn't see any followers come through. How would you respond to that text message?
I would
that
be
resor-
like, hey, to see followers, you have to go here, click this, click the promotion thing, and then you could see all the new followers. So now you never have to ask me again.
what if this person knew that you could click through it? They just were saying they didn't recognize them come through because they were on TikTok all day and didn't see a single follower come through.
I would say attention to detail is very low.
That's fair. It just didn't look. I didn't think we gained any. I thought we had 183, and I didn't see a single one come in.
We had 173.
Maybe
Right.
that's why.
I'm saying this at risk of being sexist, but if we were to hire an interview, it would 100% have to be a female, like just to balance out just like our scatterbrained, throw shit at the wall mentality. Like, we need somebody who's
Yeah.
just like, hey, remember this one thing works if we just do this consistently, that you'll keep growing. But no, we're just like, no, we need to try this, we need to try that. We need to get...
I wouldn't trust her.
All right. Well, speaking of hard-hitting interviews of sorts, Dennis, you recently bought or leased a car. Can you tell us what that was like and how that went down?
Yeah, I thought pretty good, and then I'm kind of thinking about things that happened today. I'm like, maybe I didn't get a good deal. But I've been looking for cars. I have a pretty big SUV right now, and it's just like gets like 11 miles per gallon, huge. I had to park away from like in a normal parking spot because I can't open my doors, and it's just not fun. I mean, it's nice the
I've
size,
seen your
but
car.
Are
It-
you
it
driving
was-
a Hummer
I-
H2?
I've seen it. Oh my God. Speaking of, I hate that commercial. Push that button. Now's the time to push that button. And then it's the Hummer, like, world, now's the time. And
The
it's
time is
Hummer-
now. Or
Yeah, it's that Hummer, like, going sideways.
crab walking.
I've
Yeah,
never
it's
heard
crab
this.
walking. Oh, it's like the commercial I see the most.
Push that button.
But I've seen
That was my robot voice. Best I could do.
That's pretty good.
World, now's the time to push that button. Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. I've seen Dennis's car. It's like the size of a Sprinter van, but an SUV. It's gigantic.
What is it?
It's an Infiniti QX80. It's basically the Nissan Armada. Have you ever seen those?
No, I don't. No,
It's a big.
I mean, I'm sure I've
SUV.
seen it.
Yeah, it's a huge SUV. So
Oh,
I'm like,
damn, this is huge.
I know. I bought it used.
How long have you had this?
It was
How
a
long have you
renter
had
car.
this?
2 years.
How have I not seen this? I feel like I've seen you in the last 2 years. Have I not seen you in person in the last 2 years? Oh,
Yeah,
well, I
you
guess
have.
I have. Just not at. I haven't seen you drive. You get driven when
Yeah,
I do see
My wife drives me. But I'm like, I need a new car. So I've been doing research on cars, and Lisa's been pushing me towards the Volvo. And I looked at a Volkswagen, and it was like a Volkswagen Atlas. Kevin, I know you have a Volkswagen, right?
Yes, I have a Volkswagen Taos, which is brand new. It's basically a Jetta, but they just added it like 2 inches of height and then decided to call it a crossover.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. So I looked at that, and the price of the Volkswagen Atlas was like expensive. And I'm like, damn, for this price, I might as well get like a semi-luxury car. And so that's when we looked at the Volvo. So I submitted like a lead form, and I got a text, and I'm like, I'm not coming in to drive. They're like, come on in, whatever, test drive. I'm like, I'm not coming in until I know some numbers, because I'm not going to like waste their time. And so the guy called me today, was like, hey, here's the numbers. And it was like $250, at $300 more than I wanted to pay a month, which is crazy. And I'm like, I can't pay for that. And then he's like, all right, let me see what I can do. And then he calls me back like an hour and a half later, and he came down like $200. So it was like $100 more than I wanted to pay for a month. And I'm like, okay, that sounds good. So I went in there, test drove it. The guy was like really excited, really amped up. Just like,
what was he doing that? Like he was amped up about you just like being there, like
yeah. And
the car.
this is why
he's got the guy from Pick Freaks coming into his dealership to buy a car.
It was a celebrity.
He just kept saying me and him make a good team. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
This guy's got you though. So,
no, I know. This is where
I was gonna say that shit wouldn't work, but
that's a good shtick.
You.
That's a good shtick. Yeah, we are. We're kind of like Batman and Robin. That's right.
This is where me up later, right, man?
This is where the story starting to come together. So I test drive it. I had a meeting at like 1:30, so I'm like, I have to go. Like, and they're like, oh, we can rush through everything. And so I like rushed through all the paperwork, signed it all. I got out of there. I look in the rearview mirror, and they're all cheering and like hands in the air. And I'm like, that can't be good for me.
I don't know which one it is, or if they're just like genuinely excited that you got ripped off, or if they're just like putting on an act like, there goes the greatest businessman alive.
No, it's definitely not the greatest businessman alive. It's more like, we got that sucker tricked him.
It's 100% what happened.
He's already signed the papers. They don't even have the decency to wait for you.
Yeah,
a lot.
So I left, and I'm like, okay, it is what it is, whatever. And I got over it, and then like 20 minutes ago, I get a text from the guy that sold me the car. This is what he said. He said, thanks for your business, man. I am so excited to deliver your new vehicle to you all. I have to admit, you and I make a good team. LOL. Have a great evening, man. And I'm like, what's the team here? Me giving you money? This is not a team. This is me giving money to you.
Dennis, let me put your mind at ease. I recently leased a car, and I had a similar experience, like just like really hit it off with the guy, like just like kind of joking around. He was really working hard on my behalf to get that number as low as he could with his boss. He was working so hard.
It's hard back here.
I don't know what they were doing back there, but he was fighting for me. I thought I heard like screams and like somebody took their shirt. I thought I heard like fist punches thrown. He comes back with a black eye, and he's like, I got it as low as I can, man. But and then nowadays, so we walked out being best friends, and now every 3 to 6 months I'll get an automated email from him that'll say like, hey Kevin, like just wanted to check how the car's going. Or like, Kevin, it's your birthday. And I respond, and I make a point of responding to every one of these with like, hey Jacob, how's the golf game doing? How you hitting them this time? just
to make sure he responds.
He doesn't respond.
Oh, really?
He doesn't respond to those.
No.
Bad salesman.
Just as like a goof, just to see if he does. Like, I'm not even like actively looking for a response. Just want to see. But I actually did end up getting a great deal. Because I've just been re-signing with Volkswagen, and every time I just go in there, I said, and this is all like, I don't know if I'm good or bad, but I just go, look, like, here's what I'm paying now. Keep it as close to this as possible, and I'm good. Get it really, really
once
close
you're
to
in,
this,
it's easy.
Yeah,
I had a Subaru, and it was so easy to renew because I'd be like, I like 3 years ago, I was paying this much, and so
they really want the car that you're like trading in, so it's pretty much bigger difference.
My justification, I'm very close to have paid off Lisa's car, and so that will be like $450 less a month. So that's my justification.
Well, congrats. So when do you get the car?
Thursday.
What color is it?
It's like a dark bluish gray. So it's got like a hint of blue. And actually,
What
just
did they
remember,
what color did they call it? Because I know they don't call it that. Stealth. But it's stealth or something, or like
let's see. I don't know.
gunmetal.
Let me see if this has the color. I don't think it has the name of the color on it.
I'm not that worried about it. It's all right.
Okay,
You could just.
I thought you were worried about it.
No, it's
Actually,
okay.
so Thursday I got two big things going on. I'm getting this car, and I'm also going for my vasectomy appointment.
Oh, no way.
Oh, so no more babies.
No,
That is not on our list of topics.
No, I kind of forgot about it until right now.
Well, I would be more curious to hear like that. I like that teaser. I'm very more curious to hear what it's like after the procedure.
I'm
So
not
save
getting
that.
the procedure, just consultation.
Oh,
Make
God.
sure my sack's big enough, my dick's long enough.
Well, yeah,
Still-
they cut off a good like 3-4 inches of it, right?
Yeah.
So you can to have something left.
I'll get 5 after that.
Whoa.
They gotta taste your cum.
Ew.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
Ah, that's so annoying. They do
Or
that
you
every
gotta
time
describe it to them. What would you rather do, Kevin?
Well, no, it's like they always do that when I go to get a physical, and I didn't think like you'd have to do that for the vasectomy too. I'm like, don't you already have?
He only
this
did that when I was a kid.
I was like, don't you
Yeah.
already have this on
Dr.
file?
John
3 months ago
again?
when I got- This isn't confession. I'm at a doctor. Okay, well, speaking of internal health, I've been drinking a lot of kombucha lately, and I'm wondering what your guys' stance is on kombucha. Do you guys ever drink it?
Yeah, what happens to me, I usually buy a 12-pack from Costco, and I get through like 3 of them, and I'm like, they sit in my fridge for a year, and I'm like, I'm not drinking that. So that's my normal experience.
Why are you inclined to buy them though, Dennis? Like what?
Because
what do you
it
think?
will be like another year, and I'm like, ooh, I like kombucha.
Oh,
and
so
then-
just purely for the taste?
Yeah, for the taste.
Sounds
and I'm
like-
it's not that bad for you, like compared to regular pop. So
Yeah, sounds like Dennis gets like a thirst for kombucha once a year and then buys a full rack of it.
And they come in
Yeah.
like really
rather
cool.
than just
they
going to the gas station and grabbing just one.
They have
Yes,
a nice
which I
shelf
should
appeal
do.
to them. They come in like cool bottles, and it's just like nice to crack open and like. But
it seems
and
like
have you ever-
old-fashioned medicine. The bottles.
Yeah, it's very cool. Like it's very good branding on kombucha.
I don't drink it that much. I've had it a handful of times. Nothing against it, but I'm not, I guess, for it either.
Well, as you guys know, I drink a lot of sodas.
Yeah, I
So-
can understand your part. I drink like water, coffee, alcohol.
And when I'm at the office, like I like to just like take a break every 1 or 2 hours, just like go walk around my building just to like get away from my computer. And I would always spend that time like getting just a Coke Zero at the bodega or corner store. And they have a really good kombucha section there. And I started reading these bottles, and I started like really buying into whatever they're saying on these bottles is like really good for gut health, prebiotic. And I'm just like, oh, you know what? Nobody treats their gut worse than me. So I should probably start drinking some of these. And I started drinking them like daily. Like I would probably pick one up daily. And they are pleasurable to drink. Like after you get over the apple cider vinegar taste on the initial first sip, it is very refreshing. But
How's your gut?
it's worse than it's ever been. I feel like I've been packed up for like 4 weeks. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like I thought for sure it would be like make me so regular, but now I'm like trying to drink aloe water to reverse the effects. I think my gut
Aloe
is just,
water. Jesus. What, that's a thing?
yeah, it's another like laxative type thing.
I'm just imagining the aloe rub that you put on your back from when you
Yeah,
get sunburned,
aloe vera.
and you're just drinking that sludge.
It is. It's just water with little like it's almost like pulp, little aloe like bubble leaves, and it's delicious. But again, like the kombucha, I thought you would have like a harder take on it, just like scam, absolute scam. But I'm starting to think it doesn't do anything for
Me as a scam? I just don't. I guess I do think it's a scam, but I don't think that many people are tricked into it.
Yeah, I think you're right though when you said earlier. I think it is at the end of the day, like people will claim some gut health scientific benefits, but at the end of the day, it's just a healthy alternative.
Yeah,
for
dude, it's like just
soda.
a fad. It's just like
Yeah.
when people were drinking AG1 all the time. Well, at least
Oh,
every
yeah.
podcast, including ours, was advertising. We were
Yeah,
getting
glad we
advertising
dropped
dollars
them.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They kept calling us, and they're like, "We
Yeah.
need this on Pick
I
Freaks."
was like, oh gosh, you guys are a scam. I don't want to keep pushing this to our listeners because they trust
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we
So-
wouldn't take just money from anyone.
No,
or attention or anything like that. Like
No,
We're-
definitely not. But
we
give
cut
us
it
a
out.
call and we'll let you know for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah.
We're reasonable with price too, like
Yeah.
real cheap.
Anything.
Yeah,
All right. Oh, and tell me what soap maxing is. I have no
it
clue what this is.
So it's right in line with yours, Kevin, with like health kombucha.
Mhm.
It's a new health craze where people go soap maxing is where they just like deep clean themselves in the shower. Where they use so much
Oh.
soap and like there's soap everywhere. It's
Fascinating.
like you completely cover yourself. And I do this every once in a while, so much so that I'm covered
Wait, can I rewind? Where did you first hear about soap maxing?
So I heard about it in the shower when I was doing it, and no one else has ever talked about this ever. So this is a new thing that I'm creating.
Oh, you're trying to get this going.
The only other place I've seen it is in like serial killer movies.
So it's kind of the same vibe. Yeah, that's what,
They're trying to get the blood on,
Yeah.
and they're like really scrubbing their arms in the bathroom. Oh, fuck.
Well, also
Same
like,
vibes,
simultaneously
same
like
vibes,
wondering
same
what
vibes.
they did, how it came. Yeah.
Mine is more of most showers. I take a shower every day. It's like you go pretty quick.
Yeah.
Good for
Shower
you.
every day. Okay.
When you are showering, though, I feel like there's times where you go really quick, and then there's some days you're like, I'm gonna soap max.
max.
I like this. Hashtag soap
So-
maxing.
So, like, I'm covered so much so that my ears are covered and I can't hear anything, and my face is covered, so I have no clue what I look like. But I imagine that I look like just completely like just bubbles everywhere. I probably look crazy, but I feel incredible as soon as I'm done. I feel the cleanest I ever have because I take
Hey.
a long time to get very soapy. I walk out of there, I feel like
I
a
have-
million
I
bucks.
have
Your
to
soap
summarize-
bubbles like that?
Oh,
Yeah, is this a bar
Dude,
soap?
when you're soap maxing, you have to get really
Okay.
bubbly soap.
Let me pause you for a second, just because I need a clean summarization for
Ooh.
the TikTok clip. All right, so Owen here is telling us about a new concept or trend he's created called
Next
soap,
video.
soap maxing.
You can't
Owen's-
start off with that. I'm swiping up. I'm not listening to that video.
Owen just told us about soap maxing. It's this concept where you basically clean
No,
yourself.
you go. If you guys heard of soap maxing,
No, it's what is it again?
it's where you clean yourself.
He's nailing it.
whoa.
See, I can't say it. Okay, why does it?
Have
Never
you guys
mind.
heard of soap maxing?
There we go. No, what is it?
It's basically where you take a bar of soap and
Oh, you're
clean yourself
explaining it?
to maximum of like capacity. You're basically
No.
trying to use an entire bar of soap in one wash.
Oh.
That's a lot of soap. I think Dennis might be able to explain this better.
Dennis,
Um,
what is soap maxing?
It's where
Soap
you
maxing. What is that?
Oh, soap maxing? It's where you have this sort of you want to wash all your pain away, and so you keep scrubbing and scrubbing with the soap, and your whole body just fills with bubbles, and you get washed.
And Owen,
No.
you've
All right.
and Owen, you've tried
Yo,
this.
wait. Have you guys heard of soap maxing?
No, what
it's
is it?
It's when you are showering and you scrub yourself so much that there's bubbles everywhere, so much so that your ears are clogged and you can't hear or see what you look like. It's just bubbles.
And
You
what's the
walk
be-
out, rinse off, you feel cleaner than you ever have, and you just feel refreshed,
So
just
it's-
like you got off of a intense workout or a sauna. It's the new health craze.
It's kind of like
Everyone's
taking
doing it.
your body to the car wash. Like it's gotten
Yeah,
rain, sure
shit,
it's got
I have
water.
that
It's
written
like
down,
taking your
and I
body
didn't-
to the car wash.
There we go. All right, you guys know what soap maxing is?
It's like taking your body to the
To the car wash.
Yeah, exactly. So much so that your soap is everywhere. You
You can't hear.
you can't hear.
see.
That is so funny. I didn't realize this was going to be an original concept, and I love it. Owen.
Know what I imagine? Have you ever seen those videos where someone's cleaning a toilet and they spray like 1,000 different cleaners in there?
Yeah,
And then
you're
it's just like scrubs, and you're like, that is like so clean. You're like, it's overkill,
so
but that makes me
satisfying,
feel
yeah.
good. Yeah.
you need to do it for your body too, because it feels incredible. I'm telling you guys now, next time you shower, take like every square inch completely covered.
All right. Well, let me.
Wait, before you go to that, Kevin, I gotta say one more thing about soap maxing.
Okay.
Have you guys ever seen the chart of how men wash their body?
I feel like I can picture it if I haven't seen it.
So
already.
basically, it's just armpit, crotch.
yeah,
Dude, that's like 99%.
Yes.
That's why you
It's
need
like-
to soap max once
Yeah.
a month.
It's like that's where men spend 99% of the time. Everything else is just really quick. But armpit, crotch.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe in this as a viral movement, but there is one fatal flaw to it. And I'm going to compare it to two concepts that I've seen recently on Reddit. I keep getting fed this doppelganger Reddit subreddit. And it's basically the concept is on Reddit, this subreddit called Doppelganger. You post a couple photos of yourself, and then the comments infiltrate with like people saying what celebrity you look like. And all it is beautiful women. Like just beautiful women are instantly shoved to the top because it's just guys end up just wanting to see pretty girls. Okay, so that's the lighter version of it. There's another subreddit called Shower Beer, where it's like it started off as this subreddit for like people who enjoy a good shower beer. And like guys and girls would like post a picture of themselves in the shower, like, hey, I'm drinking a double hazy IPA today in the shower. And now it's just like the hottest girl, like rubbing her, like putting like the beer right next to her tits, just like trying to like, it's just these things all at the end of the day become porn. So I'm picturing how your soap maxing starts off so innocent. By the end, it's just OnlyFans girls soap maxing.
Genius. This is how I win at like Foot Finder, or because I can't do OnlyFans.
Wait, we gotta
no
buy
way
the
I'm
domain.
gonna be exposed. I'm not exposed. Oh yeah, we gotta do something with it.
We gotta
right
buy
now.
the domain for this. Let me see if it's available.
But I like. I mean, you can make millions of dollars on that. Just getting the soapiest fucking person in the world.
How do you spell
The
soap?
I am the soapiest I ever have been in this next video. You
Oh,
won't believe the suns.
A little ASMR, like
Ooh.
yeah.
Yeah,
you spell
dude, people would
maxing?
love MAXING.
It's available.
All right, buy it, Dennis, please.
Fine.
If you're
You're
gonna spend
throwing
the
money
yeah.
around everywhere. Stop
know,
promoting
man.
the damn videos and just buy this.
This website's not my team member. Like that other guy. $31.
Well,
I'm
I
not
have
buying
a great
You're not?
transition.
No.
What if
We'll
they-
coin it. Trademark it.
Yeah, coin it.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Whatever
right.
that-
All right. Well, as soon as if we do post a video, if it gets over 5,000 likes, we have to pull together that $30
I
or
will.
whatever to buy it.
I think it's genius. No joke. I think it's fascinating.
Did we get it clean enough to get a good clip, though?
For sure.
I think you talked about the car wash. I put that in my notes. And
Yeah,
then-
we can. Do we have enough? It's going to be unlistenable as a podcast, but we have a clip there.
It's a clip cast.
Fuck the podcast.
If you're actually
Oh, no.
listening to this podcast, it feels bad for you.
Yeah,
It'll
It's
be
all about
fun-
TikTok.
No, it's really funny. The people that are listening to this, and they're just doing the skip forward for 30 seconds, and they just keep hearing soap maxing.
All right, let me transition to a movie I recently watched, which is semi-relatable to this concept of health and wellness. It's called The Substance. It's kind of a buzzing
Oh.
movie right now. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I really want to see it. I've seen it's on a lot of number like best movies so far of 2024 lists.
Okay. Well, how much do you want me to go into it? I don't want to spoil.
I don't want you to
anything for
spoil it. I kind of get the concept. I know it involves Demi Moore and
Mhm.
Margot. What's her name?
Yeah. Yeah. Just the quick one-liner about it is just like it's almost like a girl's battle between trying to look or youthful is taken to like another level when the opportunity of a substance is provided to her, and like
Yeah.
the conflict there. And the only thing I will tell you guys about it is, Dennis, I didn't love it. I'm glad I saw it because I do think it'll be an Oscar contender. Only it's very campy though, which is maybe it won't get the Oscar buzz because of that. It's like very like kind of like corny or gory and like a little bit like over the top.
Yeah.
But it was very entertaining. Too long, 2 hours and 20 minutes. But it's very like Owen. I don't think you can stomach this movie. It lays into the cringe of gross bodily functions, body parts, just
Ooh, I think I like
gross.
that.
Yeah, no, they don't
You're
hold
such
back.
a sick fuck. What's up with you?
Yeah,
No, it just sounds so different than every other movie.
That's true.
it does not hold back. It's almost like that one movie. What's the one with the Barry Keoghan and the tall guy?
Ooh, I
Oh.
like that movie.
But if like, as you know how that kind of takes sex a little bit too far, this one just takes like grossness a little bit too
Is that
far.
the one the guy jizzes
What's wrong with
on the shower?
What's wrong with drinking the bath soap or bath water
Or humping
at
the
the end
grave?
after someone's done?
After
Humping the
someone
grave?
soap maxing.
Yes. Just trying to
Oh,
get a little
great.
bit of that
There's
soap.
a-
Could you
There's
imagine
a-
that guy spying on the guy shower?
No.
At that time, he's so back.
That's a great SNL sketch. Like a bunch of guys just into a girl's locker room. The naked body. And she's washing her body like a serial killer.
And the guy's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" But the guy can't hear him because it covers screen.
After a while. She herself with the soap. She's gonna hurt herself with the soap. Somebody say something.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She keeps running into the glass. She can't see.
Okay.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, that was so good.
That was really, really funny.
That won't translate it all to a clip, but
No, it won't. No, but it's funny.
Ooh, the listeners
Hardest I've
might
laughed
like
in a
it.
while. Hardest I've laughed in a while.
Oh, me too. I didn't do abs
Yeah.
today. I skipped them, but I didn't need to.
All right, well, tell it. That's a perfect segue. Tell us about your gym nemesis.
This guy also smells way too clean, but I won't get into that part that much. Do you guys have nemeses that you like, say, if you take public transit or if you go to the gym, something that you frequent and you run into those people because their timelines go in the same path?
No, but
Probably
I have an example. I go to this corner store by me, and there was a woman that used to work there, and she would always say, "Hey, your twin was just here." And I'm like, "Is he bald?" And she's like, "Yeah." "Does he have a beard?" She's like, "Yeah." And then every time I walk in there, she goes, "You just missed your twin." So that's my equivalent to this guy out there looks like me.
Dennis, do you have one?
I would say kids drop off, where you just beginning of the year, it's just like you ignore someone and then you make eye contact once, and then it's like a head shake, and then you say, "Hey, how's it going?" And then it just slowly evolves, and you're like, every day I got to do something here. I guess that's just forming relationships, but very forced.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, neither of you guys want that. I don't have this relationship with my nemesis at all. I just see this guy at my gym whenever I go, and I cannot stand him. He's about 5 foot nothing and like 100.
What kind of gym are you going to, really quick? Like a Crunch Fitness or like a small little gym?
I don't know what Crunch Fitness
just like
is.
or Planet Fitness,
like Planet
LA
Fitness.
Yeah,
like
just like a Planet Fitness, but not
a little more
Planet
local.
Fitness.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, local small gym, like 4 locations.
Okay.
But this guy comes in and he looks like he potentially was in prison for a long time, and he's really small. He's got you could tell he's got a little man syndrome where he feels like he needs to be bigger or acts like he's bigger than everyone else. And he's bald. He smells like if you were to imagine Old Spice, the red one with the blue gel.
Yeah.
That he reeks. He smells.
I think
very
that's what
clean.
I use.
Yeah, I
but
think that's what I use.
Or I used to use that. I know the one you're talking about. I don't think I use that exact one.
It's too strong. Yeah. It's like I smell him from 10 feet away. And he always wears black K-Swisses and the old school nylon pants. The thing that none of these things, it's like a combination of everything, drives me nuts. The biggest thing is that he'll go up to the weight rack, he'll pull the 50-pound weights and try curling them, 50-pound dumbbells in each hand and try curling them. And he's literally using his back, his everything, that he's going to hurt himself. And every single machine or thing that he goes on, he puts 10 times more of the weight than he should. And that's all I got. I don't like this guy.
So
I have a video of him. It didn't translate well.
He's a guy at the gym that you don't like, that you see. How often are you seeing him?
Every day.
Oh,
he drives.
every day.
Yeah.
You're at the gym every day.
Every day I go.
Okay. So you guys are in the same routine, or he's there every day.
Yeah, he might be there every day. But
is he in shape?
No, not really. I'm gonna send you a video of this guy. I got a video of him actually.
I imagine
doing
the guy
this
from that
workout.
The one TikTok where he's walking and he looks behind. That's the type of guy I imagine, who really short,
no, this guy,
kind of stocky guy.
This guy's different. He looks kind of like Mr. Clean, very shaved,
Oh,
It feels like it's kind of like Howie Mandel. He seems like he might have he might be a germaphobe that lifts too heavy.
Quick tangent. Back when we were on the mission of trying to like comment and like on other people's TikToks, because I don't go on TikTok very often. Now that we're like on there trying to make clips, I occasionally see things. But there was one day where I was actively like watching clips, just trying to make funny comments on other people's videos, and I saw one that I loved. It was the caption was like trying to set off the lunk alarm at Planet Fitness, and it was a guy like on top of like the pull-up bar machine, just like screaming like a monkey.
That's good, but obnoxious.
I really like
too.
that. Yeah,
That is good.
I think my comment was, "Hey, as long as it doesn't drop the weights." Wait. Oh, and okay. So then my next big question about your gym nemesis: does he have any idea who you are?
No, I don't think so. He's just, in my mind, I hate this guy and I see him every day and he makes my day a little bit worse.
I'm trying to think if I have
I've
a
had
gym
one that
nemesis.
was way worse than this guy and he ended up changing gyms. He wore really short purple shorts every day. He wouldn't wear shoes. And I wanted so bad just go tattle on these because one of the gym rules is you have to wear closed-toed shoes. Not a lot of people don't follow that. I just want to tattle on him, so he had to put on his fucking shoes, but he had like a little ponytail, and he'd whip his head like this, like every 5 seconds. He had like some twitch. I couldn't stand that guy. I got a video of him too.
There's a lot of people at your gym that aren't wearing closed-toe shoes.
Yes, it's strange. Like a lot of the Gen Z kids that work out, they go in with Birkenstock sandals and socks.
Really? That's amazing.
Yes.
I'd be so afraid to drop a
Dangerous.
weight on my foot.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I've dropped a weight on my foot from like 5 feet up one time and that fucking killed. Luckily I didn't break anything.
I'm thinking of so hard to just picture anybody from my gym. I go to Planet Fitness in Kentucky. I haven't been there in a minute. But I can't think of one character that stands out except for I think the one time I told a story about how a woman just walked in there with her dog just to go shower, which I thought was crazy.
A lot of showering thanks to that.
Oh,
Every time you say shower, I just want to say soap.
Or
Max,
she might have
but-
just gone to the bathroom. I probably just have showering on my mind. You know what? I would say the more fascinating thing about my Planet Fitness.
Wait, so this lady walks in, you're like, I bet this lady's getting butt naked, showered. Not you, just using the bathroom.
I just know she wasn't going in there to work out. I promise you that.
But soap maxing it in public,
Yeah.
in like the
Allowed or
Scouts
not
gym,
allowed?
like the what are those showers where there's multiple heads and no curtains? Team showers or whatever.
Are they? Yeah.
I don't know what they're called. It's just they're open showers.
Yeah, I can picture
Soap
that.
maxing and that. would be-
Oh yeah, you got like a whole
Extreme
team of like
workout.
high school basketball, just like trying to like soap max to the extreme.
Yeah,
Yeah,
might as
it's
well
funny.
get all of them to rub one guy down.
Yeah.
Get it as soapy as possible.
Wait. Oh, and let me ask you a question about your gym really quick. Did they have tanning there?
No, they don't.
I would go as far to say at Planet Fitness, 30% of the people going in there are just going to tan and then walk out. They're not going in there to work out, which I
Planet
always just find-
Fitness has tanning.
Yeah, they have like tanning booths here.
They
I
have
can't
like
believe people
keep in mind,
still
they have
tan.
like massage beds.
Yeah,
That's it.
they have the massage beds too, which I never used. I think I have access to, but yeah, no.
I had access to those, and my back just hurt more after I used those things. They suck.
I'm
This isn't
surprised
con-
tanning is still a thing. Now,
I
I feel like when
agree.
we were young, but now everyone, like, you see what you fucking look like.
Yeah, the
when you're-
science
by the
is
time
all
you're
there.
30. And you get
Yes.
spray tans, and people, you can't really tell the difference.
No, and it's you don't really look that much better. Yeah, it is
No.
weird that tanning's still a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you had a gym nemesis. There's a big fight coming up this Friday. 2 nemesis. Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Dennis, are you excited for this?
I am kind of excited. There's a documentary on Netflix that's kind of
there is.
going through. It's like a 3-episode thing about the fight and about their lives. It's very produced, but what I'm excited about is there was a line I saw Mike Tyson say. He was watching Jake Paul, and he said, "You know, Jake, he's a manufactured killer, and I'm a natural born killer." And so I feel like that's very true.
That is, no, I agree. That's not to compare them to animals, but it's like a pit bull going versus like a really like well manicured corgi that like has been like training really hard to like look like a pit bull, but like the guy is just a natural born fighter. Jake Paul, we know where he's from. He does not have a killer instinct growing up in Westlake, Ohio. You don't have to survive every day on those streets.
Mike Tyson, when he would get, do you guys remember like growing up, Mike Tyson fights? My dad would watch him.
I know your dad was the only person I know that watched those.
He's like top 3 of all time, right? Like just like
he's
legendary.
He's like number 1 because he would knock people out instantly. People wouldn't buy the fights anymore.
Heavyweight.
Yeah,
and he was heavyweight, so that was why it made it more fun. Like the lightweights are boring, heavyweights are.
And I think he was fun because he would he's not like Floyd Mayweather who plays defense and is just never knocking people out, just getting the most punches in and like lasting the longest. I come in, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy, knock people out within 10. There was like a few fights in a row where I think he knocked people out in under 20 seconds or something like that. And so
I'm excited for this now because I am rooting so hard for Tyson.
Oh, I think 99% of the world is.
Oh yeah, but that's why people are watching. I think
it might. I don't know. I have no clue what this is because everyone always says that Jake Paul is going to lose, and then he just keeps winning, and it gets frustrating. And now it's like, oh shit, he might actually be good at this.
Didn't he lose his last fight?
I don't think he's fought any actual boxer that is.
I agree.
So I have no fucking clue how he is. And Mike Tyson's our parents' age or older.
Yeah, he's 58.
There's still a lot of 58-year-olds who could kick my ass, and they're not the greatest boxer of all time.
No shit, but if they've been training and you haven't, of course they will. But both of them training, I have no clue who's going to win this. I really want to watch it, but I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it live.
Mike Tyson needs to win in the first round if he's going to win. Otherwise, he's not going to have the stamina against.
I feel
like it's going to be. I feel like it's staged.
If it's not,
they're making so much fucking money out of this that they're like, we got to make this last as long as possible. And
I think it might be staged, but I don't imagine Mike Tyson going in and being like, I'll
lose.
Yeah, I'll lose. He has gone bankrupt many times and has also, I think he was not maybe convicted or just allegedly raped a girl.
Yeah. I think he, I don't know.
I think
he did do it, but I have no clue.
My favorite,
allegedly.
My favorite Mike Tyson line is one time he was at like a press conference before a fight and he got in a fight with like one of the fighters and he starts like dissing him and stuff, but it eventually turns into how he's gonna like F him in the ass, and he says it like a few times, like how he's gonna do that. It's just turned very gay very quickly. But
I don't know, Dennis, you sold me with that line about being a natural born killer. Like,
yeah, it's so
think
true.
If this guy shows up to fight, I don't care if he's 58 and he's fighting an 18-year-old kickboxing champion. He is probably still third of the size bigger than him. Like, Jake Paul's no small human being. He's probably 6'2", 200 some pounds. But this guy's just monstrous compared to him. Has that instinct.
Yeah.
And the history of just doing this on the world's biggest stage. And I truly, I know this is terrible to say, but I hope he hurts him to the point where they have to stop the fight because they're scared. Like that kid, because this kid needs like a little bit of a wake up call. Like, you can't fly too close to the sun.
It's
like, you stick to your lane, kid. Like, you're a YouTuber.
It's interesting to see because they talked about their early lives, and Mike Tyson, born in like the Bronx or Brooklyn, but like a really shitty area, and like his mom had to borrow food from people, grew up like in one bedroom with a bunch of siblings, all that sort of stuff. And then Jake Paul, like suburbs of Cleveland, we know very well, Westlake, Ohio, just complete opposite, like one of the nicest suburbs in Cleveland, you know.
And let me compare it to this. Like, what if somebody were to tell you like LeBron, 40 years old, or not even LeBron, like who's another great basketball player, Michael Jordan or something. Michael Jordan's probably the better comparison, was like, hey, Michael Jordan is now playing one-on-one against this 18-year-old YouTube star who's like made some of the craziest trick shots. He could do all the behind-the-back layups. Like, who do you think's going to win that? I still think it's Michael Jordan.
That is so good. That's a really good comparison.
He's done it on the world's biggest stage. He still has the instinct. The other kid is just really good at filming content and doing things. So if this isn't rigged, then Mike Tyson's going to kill him.
Too big to rig. Dennis, pull all that money that we were going to use to buy Soap Maxing URL, gamble it on Mike Tyson because he's going to win.
He is.
And
He is
then-
not. He's not favored. Jake Paul's favored, so I would
See,
win more
this
money.
Oh, he's favored? Really? You would make win more money?
What are the rules?
My-
What are these rules? They're different, aren't they? They're not like your normal boxing rules.
No,
Are they
I think
big?
this is a sanctioned fight out of all, like, because you wouldn't be able to gamble on it if it wasn't sanctioned. I think is that if that's how it works.
You can gamble on fucking anything now, though. So I feel
Yeah.
like that's not true.
Maybe. Yeah,
Maybe at Vegas. I don't know.
I'm putting some money on Tyson, but I want to change paths here and talk about another beatdown. Dennis, fill us in on the Zach Bryan situation with his ex-girlfriend, the Barstool girl.
Chicken fry.
Chicken fry, Bryan
Yeah,
and
so-
chicken fry.
I caught wind of this because I follow a lot of Barstool stuff on. I don't follow any of it, but it's all on my For You
Twitter.
page on X, which have gotten
Oh,
really
okay.
good. Yeah, really, X is really good now. So I've heard of Zach Bryan and I've heard of this brand of chicken fry just because she interviewed the Hawk Tuah girl once, like 2 months ago, their first interview. And so basically this girl was dating Zach Bryan and they broke up like a few weeks ago. And she just came out recently and said that he basically offered her a $12 million NDA and she denied it or declined it, and kind of went on this other podcast with Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports and just talked about how this guy is.
Yeah, like emotional abuse was the claim, right?
Yes, emotional abuse. The guy just seems very bipolar. Like anytime anything good that she was doing, he would be pissed about it. Like she was at the Grammys, I guess, and he would like flipped out because she was wearing a dress that he didn't like, and I guess got in a huge fight with her friends and like broke some things and like broke her phone and things like that. And so I guess there's been multiple women that have signed NDAs with this guy. So
Oh.
I think it's a big story because she turned down the $12 million.
Why is she like you take the $12 million, right? How much is she making? What is she currently doing? Is she Barstool Sports podcaster, or is she a podcaster on her own? And Barstool wanted to.
She is part of the Barstool
Okay.
like network, but I wouldn't say people think of her as Barstool Sports. And I think she's from
hot.
Cleveland originally too, which is weird.
I know she's definitely from Boston, but maybe she lived in
Oh.
Cleveland at some point.
Okay. That's a very nice way to say.
100% sure she lived in Boston. I can't with confidence say that she didn't live in Cleveland.
Okay. I'm thinking of someone else.
So I'm guessing that Barstool just is basically like management, and then they take a cut, but you get majority of whatever.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I don't know.
her
Okay, so it's
podcast
not
is-
just owned by Barstool. Okay.
It's called Planet Brie
Yeah.
or Plan Brie. I
Doesn't
think it's
sound
pretty
very good.
big. So I bet she's making close to $1 million a year is my guess. But I don't know. If the guy was actually like that and you're like, this is his last thing of control over me, like fuck that. I'm successful without him. I kind of get it, but it's
I get
also
that,
$12 million.
too.
So
And
Yeah,
also
she's betting on herself, so there better be some really heavy dirt that she has that she could either capitalize on or take the high road.
It just doesn't sound like she had the ammo to back it up. Like, don't get me wrong, he sounds like a piece of shit, but it's nothing that's gonna like
No.
get him off the like.
She-
If anything, it'll make
He
the
puts out two-
Republicans like go
Yeah,
harder
they
for
love
him.
it. He puts out too good of music.
Yeah,
the guy sounds
Everyone
like
knows time and time again, like you and the guy. Shit. I got this, guys. Give me a second. He's gonna win out of this, no matter what.
and
Is that even what I was trying to fucking say?
he makes great music. If you listen to it, it's great. I love it.
Well, I think
Yeah.
a lot of it just makes sense. Like think about like Kanye West and a lot of
Yeah,
people like that where they're just bipolar. They have such big emotions and it comes out through they make good music because their
do you know the
emotions
guy's
are
story?
he was in the Marines, right?
Yeah, he was actually like in the Marines and like was honorably discharged because he got so popular, like making songs on YouTube. So yeah, like I mean, he clearly is gonna have some PTSD coming out of the Marines. Like nobody
Yeah.
doesn't.
He's
And it
also
does-
like
and-
almost balding.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, bad hair. You know.
Yeah,
That's
he
the
should
only.
just
I
shave
keep
it.
looking at him. I'm like, man, you got to either get some hair plugs or it needs to go.
It just I don't know. It just doesn't seem like she had the ammo to like don't get me wrong, I'm not supporting what this guy did, but like I think if you were to like take maybe one or two things I said and put them out of context, you could be like, Kevin, this guy is an emotional manipulator, like cancel him forever. Like because like I just said the wrong
No,
thing
I
at the
mean
wrong
no.
time.
This guy was like it seemed like a total piece of shit. I don't know if it's gonna ruin his career. I don't think so.
The only way you get ruined, your career gets ruined, is if you're Chris Brown and you punch Rihanna, because people like Rihanna more than they liked Chris Brown. So I don't think
Chris
people
Brown is
like.
so popular still.
I know, but I'm saying like people don't like Brianna chicken fry more than they like Zach Bryan. So it's like there's no way that he's
You know what
going
I
to
think
lose
when I hear her
popularity.
name? Guess what I think of?
Probably
Little
Little
bit
bit
of
of chicken fry. Cold beer on a Friday night.
Friday night.
fucking
That
hate
song's
that song. It's the
actually
reason why I
really-
don't like. Oh, you like it? That's
I
like one of the
never
reasons I
actually
hate
listen to
country.
that song, but I just think of summer and like,
That's fair.
yeah.
It is
that's
weird
fun.
that guy who's saying that is Zach Brown. And then we were
Yeah.
talking about Zach Bryan.
Yeah. Well, they also
Is this a
lot of
transition,
people-
Kevin?
No, it's not. It's
I
just,
know.
it just makes me realize how lame country
The
music
next-
is sometimes.
The next thing in that, a lot of people are coming out saying that he stole songs from Taylor Swift.
Oh my god,
And
they're
so-
trying. They're reaching.
Some of the songs sound very similar to the Taylor Swift ones.
Yeah, that's music. Welcome to
Yeah,
like,
I
people
know.
borrow
There's
from
what,
each other's
12, isn't there like 12 notes total
Yeah.
or something like it's like of course shit's gonna start sounding the same. If it's not a direct rip off of it, then go away.
But
yeah.
she did say there's a lot of stuff that was a lot worse that she doesn't want to bring up. So maybe that will eventually come out.
You think she's holding on to it to release it to get more people to listen.
Right,
She's
tease
she's
it.
obviously using it as like a chess piece right now. But I
Yeah.
don't think that there's anything actually there that is so insane versus him just being like a crazy piece of shit that like that
Yeah.
sucks. But
It's
I don't
coming
think-
off now that he's just a crazy narcissistic piece of shit. I don't know if he's
yeah, I
done
feel like
anything
there's like out of every
sexual
10 guys,
assault or
there's
anything.
probably like 2 of those guys. So it's like you feel like there's a decent percentage of those shitty people out there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Before we get into Dennis's last topic, I do have one quick thing I want to ask you guys about in the men's fashion space. It is my new biggest pet peeve in men's fashion, and it is a brand called Rhoback. Have you heard of Rhoback?
Yeah.
ROBACK.
RHO.
Doesn't it have the dog or the line logo?
It has like a little lion dog or something.
Yeah.
And every guy in Cincinnati is wearing this shit. and
It's like
driving
golf,
This is
me
some
isn't it?
southern
crazy.
bullshit. Yeah, this is southern
It's
bullshit.
like golf. I think maybe like you could justify it as like fishing and like it's driving me crazy because like I'll go out to like a bar with some guys and 3 out of the 4 guys will be wearing them. I'm like, really? Like this is how you like to dress? You just like to wear the exact same thing? Like the other people, and then you ask them like why they wear it, and it's always like, dude, it's so comfortable and so versatile. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like that's not like just try to be a little original when you like are thinking of fashion.
I think
Also, do you just want to be comfortable and versatile everywhere you go? Like, have something else that defines you.
you should be like, well, I'm glad you say that because it looks like shit.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's comfortable and versatile.
Or no, it's actually no. Megan had a great point earlier because I was thinking about that too. Because I'm like, do you really want to be wearing the same thing to golf that you wear to like your
Yeah.
fancy jet, like steakhouse? Like, no, that's not how life works. You should like have some versatility.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this looks like that whale clothing,
Yeah.
where they had that. I forget what that was called.
It's
which
honestly,
was
I
like just
think-
a rip off of Lacoste, which is a rip off of Ralph Lauren. It's a rip off of all those, and then they just make it out of stretchy, comfortable
That's all it is.
material.
You add stretch, and guys are gonna pay $150 for it.
Yeah,
It's so
what was-
bullshit.
There was just another like bird dogs was the
Yeah.
last one, and the one before this was kind of like all birds. So it's like imagine a guy wearing some of this Rhoback shirt, some Lululemon pants, and some all bird shoes. That's like
Yeah.
what I'm imagining.
We need to take the
Zona.
comfort out of men's fashion. Stop
For
being
sh-
so fucking comfortable.
For sure.
Megan had the greatest example. She's like, I was at a steakhouse recently with a bunch of coworkers, and like every guy there was dressed with blue jeans and golf polo. And it's just like if women did the same thing, people would be like making fun of them if they all wore the exact same like outfit to this thing. But guys can get away with it. It's bullshit.
Guys can't get away with it. I mean, I guess they can because
They do.
no one's calling them out for
Yeah.
it. But that's crazy.
Yeah, like
It
go to
is,
steakhouse,
it is
put on a
funny,
nice
like
shirt.
this. I've never seen this, but I know if I was in Cincinnati or southern, like in Ohio in general, like I could see this being very popular.
I think the logo is just so bad. Like it wouldn't be as
It's
bad if
terrible.
it wasn't for the logo.
Yeah, it's just not cool. It's just an expensive hoodie for no reason, and it's no more comfortable
Wait,
than
this
something you
this
can get at
shit's
TJ Maxx.
expensive.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a $90 hoodie.
It's
me see this.
$112.
Hold on, let me pull this up.
112 hoodie, 122.
Thin material, thin, stretchy.
They have a
You can't-
stupid like tag on the back that I feel like if I was in grade school, someone would come up and just rip it off.
Oh,
You know,
Jesus.
those
Yeah, their
tags.
polo shirts are $100. Oh, my God. These are terrible.
No, it's
Let's
really
hear their
annoying.
wait. I want to
This
see
is
that.
no, this is the lamest brand I've ever seen.
I
I'm
did
glad
not
you called
expect you
this
guys
out,
to get so.
Kevin.
I did not expect you guys. I
Oh,
want to hear
I
the story.
hate
of
Let's
this.
hear their story. Rhoback gets its name from a Rhodesian Ridgeback, a dog bred to hunt lions. That's men, baby.
Oh, my God. I can't believe anyone wears this. It's making me mad. This is literally, I'm glad you don't like it either, Kevin, because
No,
this is
it-
making me like blood boil.
No, it
I've
makes me mad.
been served ads for it. And I'm like the logos. I can't justify having a fucking dog as my logo. Like,
No.
you like dogs? I do, but I don't want people to know that.
All right, well, let's shift topics to something else that's got us fired up. Dennis, I think you had the biggest question of the day that you wanted to ask us. Please go for it. I'm ready.
Yes, I was scrolling X, which the For You page has gotten really
Ooh,
good.
dude, yeah. It's amazing now.
Elon, love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Trump, keep it up.
I was scrolling X. Let me read the actual tweet that I came across, but I kept seeing people reply to it with like really interesting stuff. So the tweet was, "When did you realize you may be watching the greatest show of all time?" And so people kept replying with like little clips of scenes from a show. And I want to ask you guys, what scene from a show made it one of the best shows of all times for you?
I thought about this
Kevin?
deeply. I thought about it deeply, and I couldn't settle on one, but I could start off with the most obvious two, or no, there's three really obvious ones for me of shows that I love.
Maybe I hope you
I
don't
hope
say
it's
mine.
not a spoiler. I know.
what I'm
Now
saying, yeah.
Kevin's going to have a bunch that he's going to take
Maybe I
all
should
of
say
ours.
mine first because I feel like
Go for
Kevin and
yours.
I
This is
have
yours,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
please,
similar
go for
one.
yours first.
Okay, so mine is the show
Is
The
Bluey.
The show The Leftovers, which Owen, have you seen?
Yeah, but I don't think
Okay.
I've seen it. Or, yeah, I did watch
Yeah,
the
you
whole
have.
thing.
You just don't
Yeah.
have the same passion for it as me.
Okay.
But go on.
There's a scene where he basically, so it's a crazy show basically about how 3% of the population just vanishes one day on actually my birthday, October 14th. And it's kind of what happens afterwards, and all this like these religions sort of form and these cults, and people are trying to understand what happens. And so second season, it gets crazier, and this guy basically goes to this other world dimension sort of thing because he like dies, and in that he is just wants to get home, and they say the only this is my favorite part. He goes up to the guy, he's like, the only way to get home is you got to go sing karaoke. And so he goes up and he sings Homeward Bound by Simon and Garfunkel, and it had everything I like in life. It had good
It is
music,
good.
karaoke, like a weird, mysterious sort of sci-fi show. And
He
it
also
was just,
wasn't that great of a singer, but he was
Yes.
laying his heart and soul into it.
yeah, it was a very passionate scene. So yeah, it's a Leftovers, Homeward Bound scene.
Okay.
Was
Well,
that on your list,
that,
Kevin?
That was not. No,
Okay,
I'm actually
I
gonna
thought you were going to steal it.
I'm going to rifle through a few of the runner-ups. Okay, Lost, when you first get into Desmond in the hatch.
Oh, I thought
and
about
it's
that.
Yeah, like I want to make my own kind of music. You think it's a flashback, turns out he's underground. I think it's one
Yes.
of my favorite scenes, but I never finished Lost, so I can't say that's like hooked me enough on that show. The Mad Men, I thought about Mad Men a lot. Like I'm on that subreddit, and every day I find myself reading more and more about that show, fascinated. And the most iconic scene from that is this scene called the carousel scene, where he's basically trying to sell like this photography viewfinder projector, and he's just makes the most beautiful pitch about it. That's incredible. But
Yeah.
there's no scene from Mad Men that stood out to me like number one. Leftovers is sometime in season 2 they play this Regina Spektor song while the guy's walking out of Paradise. What's
Yeah.
called Paradise. Greatest scene in the television show, maybe. A few more. The Stranger Things We Can Be Heroes scene. I think it's at the end of one of the seasons, season 1 or 2, where they play that Peter Gabriel. We can be heroes.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, now I got 2 left.
All right, but you're
There's
going to pick one at the end.
Yes, I'm picking one.
Okay.
Okay, another runner-up was Atlanta. And if you've never seen Atlanta, it's really fucking good, and it's a kind of comedy, absurdist, like a little bit Twin Peaksy. And I think in the second or third episode, they're just like hanging out at a club talking about how a rapper's there or like a football player's there with his invisible car. And you just kind of like, it's a throwaway comment. And then at the end of the episode, they cut to them leaving the club, like, oh, there he is with this invisible car again. And then they show the guy getting into his invisible car. And it's just like, whoa, this show does not take place in reality. It's so fucking good. And you never know what's going to come.
I love when shows do that, where it goes from like normal to like this weird thing. And it just represents so kind of like The Curse, which that's
very much
a
like
great
The Curse,
show.
yes.
Yeah. So that's awesome.
That is, if you never watched the full thing of Atlanta, it's
I've seen every season except for the latest one. I don't know if the latest one was
amazing.
Oh, okay. I gotta watch it.
Okay. My final one's gonna be lame, but I don't think a scene has sold me on a show more. Saturday Night Live, and this is recency bias because I listened to the Lonely Island podcast where they've been recapping things, and they've talked about the making of Iran so far.
Ooh, I listened to that episode. I listened to that episode of Lonely Island too.
And just the way they like reflect on like how scrappy they were making it, like jumping on the back of a truck, doing the piano through Times Square, like the little jokes that Fred Armisen was coming up with at the time, and how beautiful the song still is.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't think I've been hooked on a show like that. I saw that sketch in high school. I still sing it to myself once a week. I ran so far away. And then they bring in Adam Levine. I'm like, I don't know if a moment in television has ever sold me on a show more than that. So it's 100% that.
That song was definitely on my MP3 player.
Mm-hmm.
Like downloaded.
The one that you could have like 10 songs on.
Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's funny on that where they got fined like almost $200,000 by Aphex Twins for stealing their music, and the fact that they thought when whoever what's the guy Lauren, he's like, I thought that was an original song. This isn't an original song.
I love that. It's like a dad moment.
It's a must-listen pod episode, Dennis, if you haven't heard it.
That was really good.
Just how the joy they like talk about making that is so beautiful.
And for listeners, Kevin asked the question on that show, and they actually answered
the next couple episodes. But all right, Owen, what's the greatest TV moment?
Mine feels like a cop out because I feel like a lot of people would pick this, but I could not land on anything different other than True Detective season 1, episode 4.
It didn't even cross my mind.
Really?
But it's there.
It's when Russ Cole has to play. He is undercover with the biker gang.
Oh yeah,
and he has to do all these drugs. It's the entire episode. There's a huge spot where I think they do it all in one shot.
Yes,
but he has to pretend like he's part of the biker gang. So he's doing all these drugs. He's trying to get intel, and shit goes wrong. Cops show up, and he's involved with. Well, they go to break into someone's house or like one of the drug dealers and hold them up, and one of the actual biker gangs kills like one of the guys. So Russ Cole is like in the thick of it. He's like, fuck, the person I'm with just killed one of these guys. And I don't know, there's so much adrenaline for that entire like 20-30 minutes of him potentially not making it out alive. But then he gets picked up by his partner. God, I can't think of his name. Woody Harrelson, though.
But yeah, that is one of the most thrilling, gripping scenes, episode of television of all time.
Dude, when I was watching that the first time, I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm rewatching it I recently rewatched it, and it is still so good.
Have you seen any Barry, Owen?
Yeah, I watched the first season. I really liked it, but then
I did the same thing. I watched Barry, and then I went back to it and finished the whole thing like a year and a half ago. And there are some moments in Barry where you're kind of mind blown like that.
Yeah,
I've heard Barry's a good show. I need to watch that.
I would
God
prioritize
damn, now there's so many shows I need to watch because Mad Men. You keep bringing that up.
Oh, dude,
like, man, I really need to watch Mad Men.
I was thinking about Mad Men literally today or yesterday because I was at a Volkswagen dealer. And they were showing the
Me and you, man, we make a good team.
Be like, I don't make friends as easy, buddy. I've got the same friend from grade school.
You should see me in the carpool line.
Yeah, this guy.
Someone honks at me.
Dennis, tell us what the Mad Men scene was.
You're thinking. I was in Volkswagen. They had the classic ads from like the 50s, and there are sweet ads like of the
I want one of those
bug.
posters. Yeah,
Yeah,
in my house.
and it was basically the first kind of anti-establishment ad where they were making fun of the car. So they were like, the Volkswagen, it's ugly, we know, and it doesn't drive well. Buy it, like something like that, where they're like self-deprecating. And Mad Men is like very into that sort of culture of like coming up with ads like that. So it's honestly, Owen, one of the best shows I've ever seen. And Don Draper talks.
Is there swearing? Is there swearing in it?
It must watch.
It was on AMC, so not.
That's
much.
why I was like, man, is there any swearing? And when there's no swearing, I always feel like it takes it away because I'm like, this doesn't feel real enough.
No,
I thought you were happy because you could watch it like in front of your kids. I have to think about every.
We don't need that. Like, if there's nudity, then we don't watch it with them, or like gore. But
I've said this before on pod, but Owen, no show holds up better than it because it's set in the past. They do the setting so well, you feel like it's the 60s. Like, there's just nothing takes you out of it. It is perfect television.
By season 3, you're like, I hope this never ends, this show.
Yes.
It's just so.
How many seasons are there?
I think 6 or 7.
5 or
6 maybe.
Yeah. It's first season's like not as good as the other seasons. So
and when it ended, were you like, fuck, it's over?
No, you're satisfied.
Yeah, it's a pretty satisfying ending.
I don't know if I like that you guys gave that away.
It's one of the best.
I asked. That was my fault.
It's one of the best like, this is not even something I really think about. Character arches I've ever seen in a show, where the guy starts like piece of shit, and then like you understand everything by the end, and basically like him. So, not to ruin it, but
that kind of ruined it. I'm gonna have to give it a long time before I rewatch it. I know, but I know that I'm not gonna feel like I hate the guy from the beginning. Then
he is annoying. And he talks like really deep.
Have you showered today, Owen?
I didn't max it out.
When is your next max scheduled for?
They're typically on weekends, to be honest, because I feel like I have more time. I shower on my own schedule rather than like having to get up forced to shower in
next max session. I know you can't hear it under those sessions, but maybe can we get Sarah to come in and take a picture of you max out?
Is she aware of the max sessions?
I told her about it, and I was trying to explain it to her. And I was trying so hard. I was like, Sarah, I need to be able to nail this on the podcast so I don't sound like a fucking idiot. So she helped me out with the ears thing. And I don't even think I did it right.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musicien.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes,
What
that's
is this
French
for,
they're
like,
speaking,
in the
and no,
middle
these
of it?
children aren't
Yeah,
like
in the
this.
middle, we're
They
just
are.
gonna put it in there like, hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget.
We're not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah.
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there any?
Go.
Yeah,
I don't
if you're
understand the new language.
you're
What does it
listening
Just
mean?
cut what
now.
I said
To
and
this
put it on
unique
there. Who
method.
cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.